Hey everyone, this is Royal with Paternity University. I'm here with Keisha Taylor of On Call Healthcare. She offers a bunch of different healthcare solutions, but recently she added paternity testing to the services that she offers. So she offers a bunch of other stuff and she added paternity testing. And so I'm going to talk to Keisha about her journey so far in the paternity testing world and how she got her first client. So, Keisha, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I cannot complain. So Keisha, can you give me a little background on you and then on-call healthcare?
Well, opened the business about maybe 3, 4 months ago, and it was to service like children that have like muscular dystrophy, things of that sort, like kids that have a medical necessity. But I haven't finished my licensing part of that. So when I saw an email from another gentleman that I guess you guys had went on a podcast, and I was like, wow, this would be a good thing for me to add in addition to what I'm trying to do after I get my license.
Mhm.
That would offset, some of the like rears or the costs that I have already with the current business.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, this is an extra income I can add to my existing business. And I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. So I got your course. I think it was probably too late for me to be on one-on-one because I think you take a limited amount of people, but I got the online course. I went through it. It was really good to follow. I started writing notes from each module, things that I needed to remember. And I've been in business doing this for about 15 days, 20
Wow,
days.
15
And I
days.
already got a client
Already
from
got
an
it.
attorney. It's wild. I'm so excited.
Yeah, that's why you might be the first. You got your first client faster than I got my first client. And you got your first client. Yeah, for real. It took me about a month and some change to get my first client. And then the other students that have taken my course that are doing well for themselves, it took them about a month and some change or so to get their first client. So for you to
Well,
get yours from an attorney, that's big.
yeah, so I implemented the Google My Business and everything it was perfect instruction. It's just I think I have a similar name to another business
Mm.
and they getting me mixed up when they look on Google.
Oh,
So I don't know, but I do get calls from it. It's
okay.
been pretty good. And I had another client. I have 2 clients from it already. It's just the one lady, she doesn't want to do the prenatal. So we're gonna opt out of that and just do a regular DNA
And wait till
test
the
whenever
baby
the
is
baby's
born.
born.
Yeah,
Right. So she only has 2 more months. And then
got
the
it.
other guy, he just wants to make sure that the kids are his. It's 2 kids. So I mean, Google My Business has been a good resource so far, but what I found to be, I guess maybe for me, a little bit more effective is reaching out to the family law attorneys.
Hmm.
That's where I got this one from. And it's really good because there was 2 kids involved that I'm going to swab and then the dad.
Hmm.
So instead of it being like a normal 350 that I would charge, it ended up being 450.
Hmm.
So, which is a good thing because that's added income for myself, but
Hmm.
it's just been a positive program. Like I've added a new level of my business, even
Hmm.
though it's not necessarily healthcare, it kind of falls,
It's similar. Yeah, it's like
yeah,
healthcare
it falls
adjacent
in there
slash legal.
somewhere.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, I've had a good experience already. So I just will continue my marketing mailers and my Google My Business, and
Yeah,
I just think I'm gonna do good, just from that. And then the
yeah,
fact that they like in Georgia, it's illegal to, have an abortion. So,
yeah,
I think it's gonna be a
yeah. Roe
busy
v. Wade
year.
has the
Yeah,
change of Roe v. Wade has changed.
yeah, it has changed a
Um,
lot.
the interesting part about your home healthcare, and I'm going to assume this. I don't know this for a fact, but I'm going to
It's an
assume that
agency.
it's an agency. So the clients
Mhm.
that you deal with in home healthcare, they have to have insurance to use your services, correct?
They would need to have insurance. Well, they can have Medicare, Medicaid, because that's how
Okay.
we mainly get paid, but there are people that do private pay too.
Okay, got it.
So yeah.
That's the difference. And what you're going to see probably in the long run. I'm going to be interested to see a year from now how your client acquisition is for your home health care versus paternity testing. Is that paternity testing is not covered by insurance? It isn't. So people are going to call, they're going to ask you if it is, and like, no, but they have to pay out of pocket essentially. So
Yeah.
how that client timeline is going to be for paternity testing versus home healthcare. So you added this on to your existing business, and that's the thing I want to see to all y'all watching out there. Yes, this is something that you can add to any business that you want to do. You know, I mean, if you're currently doing notary or fingerprinting or something healthcare adjacent, or I'm learning about adult daycare centers. I've learned about that
Oh,
out
it's
here in Texas.
awesome. It's
Mhm.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yes. Exactly. I didn't know about that until I got to El
It's
Paso. I
like
was like, what?
It's like respite care, like at the end of the day, when you have an elderly, I do elderly as well, senior citizens, I will deal with them as well with my license. But my expertise is more so on the children because they need more active daily living assistance. But this has just been a good little thing to put together. But the home like healthcare agency, that's where I send out an LPN, RN, or CNA to take care of someone in need. But what you're talking about, the daycare that's when they're dropped off to the
Yes.
facility so that they can enjoy their day and do activities with
And
other
be social and be
people.
socialized as well.
Right. Right. And it's a
Yeah.
great thing because it kind of keeps down the dementia. People will start to get, and you don't want isolation for an older person. You just don't.
Yeah, that's correct. So yeah, as I say that, yes, this is something I get those questions almost every day. Can this be added? Yes, you can add
Yes.
testing services, and you're 15 days in. So go into detail about your mailers. Like people may not know what that means of reaching out to mailers. Go into detail about how you did that.
I love mailers. I have a Canva account. Canva Pro account is about $13 a month, but I love to create like different brochures and flyers and things of that sort. I've been working with this one company for a really long time, about 20 years, called Got Print. And for me, it's just cheaper to print from them because I can get 5,000 of something for like $100, So, and it's big, high quality, front, back, all color. But I put the mailer together. I put that with a letter and with a business card. So I have a letter, a flyer, and a business card.
Wow.
I put it all in a envelope. I have a stamped envelope. I just run the envelopes through my printer right here, and it produces like my letterhead or my return address receipt, like the little on the envelope, and then I send it all out. I've sent out about maybe 200-300 of them. And I love mailers. I think that's a smart way.
I'm taking notes over here. I've been slacking on my mailing stuff.
It's amazing. You get such a return because and I handwrite each one, more professional, more personable too. They get to see my handwriting style, which is big and bubbly. It's inviting. Most people, when they get a mailer, they will toss it as junk, right?
Yeah, because
but not really.
Yeah.
Because you actually getting, how hard it is to get in contact with a person that makes decisions. That's difficult. That's I've done like so many email marketing classes. I've brought my education over time just to figure out what's the best way. Marketing is really important. I mean, Google My Business, before we had Google My Business, how did you really get in touch with someone? You either faxing, mailing, and before all this internet stuff, you wasn't even emailing. So we kind of got to get back to that. I think that's been like my success.
Also, just in case your Google My Business goes kaputs one day and just poofs. Google, the thing about Google My Business is like you're at the behest of Google. So Google is like, if their algorithms, if you do something one day and their algorithms is like, I don't like that. And then you disappear from the internet forever. But until you get reinstated, right? But if you have relationships with attorneys and judges or whoever, there you go. You always have that pipeline coming in.
Not to cut you off, but another thing that's been actually really good. Every state has a Georgia. Well, for Georgia, they have a directory, like a bar directory, and that is just gold because you can even select what type of attorney you want to prospect. They have all of the information there: their phone number, the website, their address, the name, who they're associated with. It's just so much information, and you can take it and you can.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can do the same thing for the courts as well. You can look in the courts and see what circuit court is family law, etc. And you can look up the judge as well and send a mailer
Yeah,
to them as well, to their office at least. You know what I mean?
I
So
haven't
it's
done that as of yet. I haven't done that as of yet, but I'm thinking of expanding to some other like
yeah, because if
areas and just see what works. It's been working so far.
it's been that's phenomenal. That's good. What happens is here's what happens, and here's what I've noticed is that I've had I've had one DNA test that I've done to where my company name first, and these I've never reached out to these judges either. My company name was on a list, so it was a child custody battle, and they had to get a paternity test, right? And so on the paperwork of the judge court order was like, you must go to Assurance DNA LLC and get a paternity. I'm like, I never even reached out to these people. How did they find me? I think they just Googled me or something to put me on there. But that's what happens is when a judge orders a court paternity test, they either say you can go to the county or you can, here's a list of agencies that you can go to. And if you can get your name on that list right there, you are good to go.
And
So
and
what
who am
you're
I
doing,
contacting?
I'm sorry, you can
And who would
contact,
I,
it's the court coordinator specifically. It's not the judge themselves, but it's the court coordinator. That's like the secretary kind of person, and they
okay.
handle all that communication. Yeah. So look at that. Look at that. Look,
I'm writing it
this is
down. I'm not gonna
a
lose the nugget.
testimony.
I gotta.
And with me, you know, I will admit I have not done that as much as you, because you have to do it kind of consistently. Like really
Right.
get that. Because you know, sometimes they'll see mail and be like, whatever. But some,
Yeah,
like you said,
but
in your
the more
case,
times they see you,
yes,
that's
yes.
that's what it's really all about.
So how did that call go? You mailed out 300 of them. How many people how many lawyers called you back? And then what was the one
So
that made you get that test?
so far, only one has called me back because I just sent the mailers. So it's
Mhm.
only been like maybe a week since they've been out of my possession.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So
Got it.
that attorney called me and she asked me two questions. What's the turnaround and how much does it cost? And I
Mm,
gave her that information and I let her know like we could be preferred on any other case going
yes,
forward. And
yes.
she was like, for sure. And it ended like
Wow.
that. Yeah, she said our client will giving you a call this afternoon, and
Love
yeah,
it.
he did.
That's so far one out of 300, and most people, including myself, I kind of gave up a little bit myself. I would say that, right? I sent out, I did the same exact thing. Nobody hit me back up, and then all of a sudden people were randomly like finding me, right? But
Mhm.
most people would give up after just, man, only one person contacted me.
No, that's awesome.
That's
Oh,
good.
so me, I understand. Okay, so how can I say this? I understand it's a numbers game, number one.
Yes, yes,
Almost everything is, honestly.
yes.
So for me, 300, one called me. I still have 299 more
Yeah, absolutely.
that
Yeah,
potentially that
yeah.
could call me, but I know probability and I understand like it's a numbers game. So I was very excited about that one
Good.
because that was $450 and just a few minutes of my time.
Yeah, it took you
So
time. It cost you way less money than that to actually send them all out, and it took you some time,
yeah,
yes,
it
but
was not that
worth it.
much. Like I have a really good company that I use for the mailers and everything. And I have a savings with them as well because I bought so many
Good,
over the years. So
good.
it's not really like for me to sit out and do mailers is amazing. Like I'm actually happy to do them
That's
because I
good.
know the potential from each mailer. Who
If you
knows?
have an attorney,
I've had
yeah,
people save like even for my other business, I've had people save my business card for 2 years before they even call.
or they contact you.
So
Yep.
it's not, you can't look at it like that. I'm
Mhm.
looking at it as an investment more than anything.
That's good, and it worked because that got you your first client within 15 days of operating your business.
And that's basically covering all the money that I've already put into this
The entire
line.
business,
Like
the whole
it,
thing. It's crazy,
the whole thing. That's why I'm so excited about it because the ROI is crazy.
crazy.
It's
Wow,
pretty crazy.
wow. So tell me, you contacted the lawyer's client, right? The people who you're
I
testing.
did. I set
How'd
everything
that
up.
conversation go?
It went great. They're Hispanic, the couple or
Mhm,
whatever,
mhm.
but the girlfriend, she's been letting him know exactly, translating like what I'm saying.
Okay, okay.
And it's great. Like he understands the whole premise of everything, and we're gonna do it and get it accomplished.
And he paid you, they paid you. You haven't
Right
even,
then.
as of this moment, this is Sunday, December 4th.
Mhm.
You have not done the paternity test. You're doing it tomorrow. You're doing the
I'm
appointment.
doing it tomorrow, but
Right.
there's no hesitation when they're working with attorneys. So
Mm,
I'll say this: the attorneys are the trusted because they're already paying these people, right? So
mm-hmm,
if the trusted is emailing you saying, "Hi, you're going to speak with Keisha at On Call
mm-hmm,
Healthcare," blah
mm-hmm.
blah blah. Let's do this. I mean, what else? They have to take instruction. They're already paying somebody to think for them.
There's the doubt is removed. Because yes, when you
It's
get
removed. It's
it's
removed.
what you're doing, this is incredible stuff, y'all. This is really good stuff. Because even still, it's reminding me like I need to get back on that. This is the B2B aspect of paternity testing. It's just,
Yes.
business to business, right? So
Streamlining.
you contact the attorney. It removes that layer of doubt because when the clients call you directly, you might get a lot of calls, yes, but the clients are like, "Oh, is this real or is this fake?" They're thinking cost. They're trying to call around to a bunch of different paternity testing places, right? When you're dealing with a lawyer and the lawyer says, like you said, this is Keisha with On Call Healthcare. This is her price. Contact her because you have to get this done. Like you have before our next court date, it has to be done. So there is no calling around and doubting and thinking. You remove that and you get paid, and you got paid prior to even going out there.
I got paid on Friday.
You got paid on
Today's
Friday for a
Sunday.
test on Monday.
Right.
Gotta love it, y'all. This
It's
like
great.
this is a real thing.
Yeah.
Imagine doing 25, 30 of those a month. And that's just the legal court admissible mouth swab test. Imagine doing 10 prenatals a month,
Well,
pregnancy tests,
that's my goal. That's my goal is to do 30 a month.
Yep,
That's
30 a
my goal
month.
out of the gate. As soon as I, signed up and went through the modules, that was
Good.
always, I have a board that's to the right of me,
Mm,
and I write down everything that I need to do every single day, every week, I have goals for every one of my businesses.
there you go.
And for this one, it was just to like it already is in existence. It just wasn't making any money. I said, no, I have to figure out just something. Just it don't have to be nothing too crazy or too wild, just something so that it offsets the cost
Yeah.
of what I'm spending on this business,
Yes.
and it's done that. So I'm really excited about going forward with it because now I see the opportunity. I'm going to tweak a few things so
Mm-hmm.
that I can really be in every state and not, I'm going to figure it out.
Yes.
But it's a work in progress. So far, things are working out really great for me. So I'm excited. I'm happy I bought it.
Yes.
Well worth the money.
Listen,
Well worth the money. I've already made my money back.
you already made your
I'm
money back.
I'm I'm shy a few bucks, but I mean, who can
15
make all of
days.
their who can make all of their investment back in 2 weeks?
Yeah,
I don't know not one business that does that.
No, you didn't have to get an office, right? You didn't have to.
I already had a virtual.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, right? Everything should be very minimal. You want to keep
Yes.
everything very minimal. Now I can talk to the property manager over there and even get a space where I
Yes.
can come, like a conference room or things of
Yes.
that sort. But I haven't elected to do that as of yet because this is only my first one.
Yes.
Now
Yeah.
I want to see what the routine will be and how active,
Yes.
my incoming until so that I know how to gauge it. Once I
Yes.
know how to gauge it, then
Yes.
I can set it up.
No, yeah, you're 100% correct. I don't have a dedicated office, and
Oh,
I do
okay.
a good amount of paternity tests a month. Like
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't,
you do.
I don't, I don't, I don't have to have an office. I don't.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff I outsource anyway, and then
Yep.
because I'm at work, I'm military, I'm full time military. I don't have. So this is another thing. I'm kind of veering a little bit, but you're in Atlanta, a city
Yes.
with 6 million or so-ish people total in the greater metro Atlanta area, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You probably did your research when you when you got the course, you did your marketing research, and you're like, okay, what other places do paternity testing out there? And you probably pulled it up and you saw a bunch of places that do paternity testing,
I
right?
did.
And the question is, did you think about, oh my God, this is an oversaturated industry?
No, I never do. When it comes to business, I love business, number one. When I looked at this business, I didn't feel like, oh, there's so much competition because there's not. There's not a lot of competition. There are companies that are set up similar to mine, and they do DNA testing, of course, but
Mhm.
they either, number one, don't answer the phone,
Mm,
or they answer the phone, but they're more concentrating on drug testing and DOT testing and things of that sort. That's
mhm,
their meat and potatoes. It's not paternity testing.
mhm, mhm,
So that kind of gives me an edge because I'm only going after DNA
mhm,
testing,
mhm,
and I figured out the people that can give me these clients per month would be these attorneys, because
mhm.
they have to have that before they can go forward with legitimization and things of that sort.
You're on it. No, you are. This is stuff that this is stuff that some students, and it's fine. We all learn in different levels. It's completely okay.
Definitely, yes.
This is stuff that some of the students they figure out or they learn it or they start asking those questions 8 months in, 9 months in.
Yikes.
It's nothing wrong. It's just like they're like, okay, wait a minute. I'm getting a lot of calls from people directly and they're not buying as much. But like, is there a B2B aspect to this? And then I'll say yes, I mean, it's in the modules, but like, they're kind of just trying to figure out on their own. But you already have that B2B kind of business mindset. So you
Oh,
like
definitely,
you go straight to
definitely.
the
It's
source right here.
Yes, it's a streamlining. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
Yeah.
Now, when I figure out email marketing a little bit more, because I did take a course on that, to the capacity where I can really make it like efficient, of course I would do 60 to 70 DNA tests per month easily.
Oh,
It's just I need to figure out what's that missing link. There's a missing link to it. I gotta figure it out. I gotta see what works, what doesn't. I've already did like a little beta testing.
yeah.
I'm here, there, and everywhere because I'm trying to figure out what's the most effective way.
I
You
love
know,
it. I love it. I love that when you start a business, any business, whatever it is, you have to test out your marketing. You have to test out what
you
works.
have
You have to
to.
beta test. You have to just throw it at a wall, see what sticks, figure out what works, and then just, I mean, run through that brick wall. Like once you
Yeah.
run head first and be like, I'm gonna just do it. Like don't, oh, I don't know, maybe or like, you know what I'm saying? Or like I
No,
said,
can't have no fear. Fearless. You have to be
no
fearless
fear.
in this.
Nothing to be
You
fearless. You
know.
go into, because like you said, other companies offer paternity, they do, but that's not their focus. If you are specialized in paternity testing, that's what you are, that's what you specialize in. You are like laser focused on something instead of casting such a wide moat. While like, hey, I do DNA testing, drug testing, notary fingerprinting. I also juggle bowling pins. I also bake pies here and there, and then I also skydive. Like, no. But if you are
That's too
like,
much.
even if you offer two certain, like you just say you offer your
That's all
one,
I offer on my website.
cool.
Even it's clean, cut, to the
Yep,
point.
yep.
Special needs child or DNA
Or
testing.
DNA testing.
Which
Yep,
one do you need help with?
yep. And you are
And I
professional.
keep it
Okay.
like that. I think once I do, get my license, it'll be even better, of
Yes.
course.
Yes. Yeah.
But the DNA testing can keep that business afloat until
Yes.
those things
Yeah.
manifest.
You're good. No, I mean, if this is 2 weeks in and you
I'm
just
so
hit me on
excited.
like I'm looking forward to seeing what happens for you in the next 6 months to a year. Like I am looking for like, hey, bro, by the way, I took over all of Atlanta.
Oh
And now I'm
yeah.
gonna take over Savannah, and now I'm gonna take it over Warner Robins, and this, and I'm like,
Yeah,
wow.
well, I was thinking more like statewide.
There you
So
go.
after I take
There
over Georgia in about 3 months, the first
you
quarter
go.
should be good. Then I'm going on to South Carolina in the
There you
third and
go.
fourth.
There you
Yeah.
go. Do it all. Like knock it out. Like there, and that's what I'm saying about the saturation part. People are like, oh my
Yeah.
God, there are 332 million people in the United States. All right. 1 million a year of which ish need a paternity test. Right. They
Hmm.
might think about it when they're in a situation. Maybe 800,000 or so go through, they start making the calls and go through with it. No
Hmm.
one company can do all 1 million or 800,000. They can't. They don't
That's
have
what I'm saying.
can't
They
do
don't
it.
have the
So
manpower to do so.
they don't have the man. They can't. They even the labs they can't. That's why we exist. The DNA agency owner, the distributor, we're resellers of their product, essentially their service, right?
Hmm.
We can customize it to our own. But even if you do, I'm not gonna lie. I just cracked 100. I'm at 102 clients for the year. Okay, that's
Nice.
pretty. Yeah, that's good. Okay,
That's good.
it's pretty good. If you do, I can up it to 300, then 400, then 500. If you do 1,000 clients a year in this business, you are a millionaire, like after expenses. Like you're
Get
good.
out.
A million in income, like
1,000?
100.
Only 1,000?
There
I
you
mean,
go.
let's
I
do the
love it,
math.
Keisha.
Wait
I
a minute.
love it.
Only a
No
My
limits.
mind is going.
Yeah, no, look at she's pulling out the calculator right. She's trying to figure out, okay, 450 income, gross income time 1,000. That's beautiful. Okay, great. But like, yeah, no one company can do
2,000.
all a million. No one company can do that. No one company can do all a million. They can't.
Mhm.
There's wealth to spread around. And
There
like
he
you
is.
said,
Yeah.
like exactly what you said. There are places that do it. You see it on Google, yes, but they don't do
Oh,
it.
it's a million. It's a million of them, but they don't do paternity testing.
Yeah.
They're
They don't do it.
they're
They don't
more
focus on it. They
so
don't do it together.
driven to the drug testing, things that are, more, I guess drug testing would be more active because you have companies and jobs that actually send out people to
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
So it's a faster turnaround, I guess,
Yes.
or it's
Yeah.
busier. It's a little bit busier.
It's like this. Like I need a drug test. How much is it? Or like you said, the business is calling. Hey, this accident just happened. Can you come do this drug test? Yes. With paternity testing, if a client is calling you directly, it's like, oh, I need a paternity test. Oh, I feel about this. I gotta contact. I gotta contact the dad, or he doesn't want to show up, or she doesn't want to show up, or I'm gonna.
Right.
Right. It's just like it's an emotional thing,
Yes,
right?
it is.
And so
Yeah.
the client acquisition is a little bit slower, but once you
Mhm.
get rolling, you're good to go.
You're good to go. Yeah.
So, Keisha, I sincerely, I'm like triple, quadruple excited. I mean, I know you're
I'm
excited,
so
but I'm like, wow,
excited.
like 15 days? That's
I'm
crazy.
telling you, like, I'm so excited. Like, I was wondering, like, okay, when is it gonna? Because I stay up at night doing mailers. Or I wake up in the morning
Mm,
after I get my girls to school, and I'm doing mailers, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna pay off because this handwriting I got, they gonna open it. They don't even have a
yeah.
choice. Like they're interested to know who is this person
Yeah.
writing, you know.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
mean, I'm excited about it. This is my first one, and it's going to be a returning, client.
I think
You
so.
know,
Yeah, it
yeah,
will.
yeah.
And you're in Atlanta. I'll tell you another thing too. Here's a little secret here. My
Mm.
mom, she's in Atlanta. She does paternity testing as well. And so in Atlanta, who is in Atlanta? Wealthy people, entertainers, superstars. You might mess around and get in contact with an attorney for entertainers. Okay.
That'll
And
be
then you can start
great.
doing those because those happen.
That'll be
And you
great.
in Atlanta? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They have.
that would be great.
Your discreetness just has to be
Definitely,
top notch.
100%. I have
Top
already a lot of clients from my other business that are like
Mhm.
very well known. Um, yeah, high profile.
Yep.
Yeah.
Crossing. You'll see.
And they're very like very cool. They're not
Yep.
the persona that's on TV, some of them,
They're different. It's a whole lot.
very
Trust me.
different. Yeah.
I'm not saying names obviously, but I've tagged along with my mom when I was younger with some of these tests, and she's like, "All right, you're gonna see somebody that you might know when you get here," and I'm like, "Huh, that's that person." Yes, that is. Just be cool, act normal, and that's how they are. They're just normal people. They're just in a situation.
Yeah, they're just in a situation.
Yes,
And
yes,
we're compassionate and we're thoughtful and
yes,
caring towards them.
yes.
So
I am excited. I'm excited. So thank you so much for
oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having
for
me.
this interview. Tell us in the group chat tomorrow how how you did that test. Uh,
Definitely.
because that first one, you're like, you might
No, no,
be.
no, no. I'm gonna
I
be
love
me.
it. I
It's
love your
gonna be
confidence.
okay.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it so much because you're like you're like, I got this.
Oh
I'm not
yeah.
worried.
Yeah.
I
I'm
love it.
I'm just waiting on 10, 20, 30,
There you
I'm
go.
already on, I'm already done with this one in my mind.
It'll get
I'm on to the next one and the next one and the next one.
I love it so much. That is awesome. That is awesome. This is what we need in this industry.
Yeah.
This is what I created the course for, to attract people like you, to change the face
Yeah.
of this industry. I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's a bad thing, but we want service oriented people in this
Yeah.
business. And that's in confident service. That's what we need. So Keisha, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
I sincerely appreciate it. And we'll probably I'll do a follow-up interview with you about 6 months or so from now and see how things have been going. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. All right, you have a good night.
All right, you
All right,
too.
bye.
Thanks.